So today we're going to learn the concept of string. I think let's go to the board. So as you can see, we're going to discuss about string. What is string in programming? Well, I'm glad you asked. String is a sequence of character that make up a text in a programming. For example, look at we all know this word boy. So this boy, computer will not look at it as just a normal word like we all know, just a boy. No, computer will look at it as a sequence of character that they are joined together. For example, computer will look at it as B plus O plus Y means boy together. What? Since computer will look at it as a sequence of character joining together, so computer used to assign numbers to all these character. We call those number index. So the first character, which is B, is going to have a 0. Then the second character is going to be 1. And then the third is going to be 2. If we have another one, it's going to be 3, 4, 5, all the way to the end of the character. So this is how computer look at a text. So this is why it's called a string. String, like so, but string of what? Character joining together. So this is what is string. This is string. I hope you understand. So now let's look at index and slicing. What is index? Like I said to you, computer assign numbers to those character so that whenever you ask a computer which character is number 5, computer can be able to tell you this is the kind of character. So like in this boy example, if I ask computer which is the character that is index of 1, then the computer will say is O. What's the character that are index 2, then the computer will say Y. So this number that you are seeing is called what? Is called index. This number that you are seeing is called index. So for you to be able to access a specific character in programming, so this is how you're going to do it. In Python programming, since we are using Python programming here, so I'm going to, let's say I store this boy, I'm going to create a variable called name. So for me to access this maybe specific character inside the boy, let's say O, Y, O, B, I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to call the variable name, which is called name, then square bracket. Inside this square bracket, then I'm going to put the number that I want that variable. I'm going to put the number, the index number of the character that I want to access. Let's say I want to access B, then I'm going to put 0. Then guess what? The computer is going to print me letter B. So when we go back to computer and start practice, we're going to see all this in practical. So now it's just the theory. I'm just want you to understand it here before we go back to the computer. So this is how computer will look at it, and this is how we use index to access a specific character inside a string. So we understand what is index, and we see how we can be indexing a specific character. So what is slicing? Slicing is like you have a very big cake, and then you decided, okay, let me just slice some portion of that cake. So it's the same thing with programming. If I have a very long string, I can slice some portion of that string. So let's see an example. So let's say I create a variable called text. So as you can see, I created a variable called text, then I store this string called industry. Then I ask you, I want you from this industry, I want you to take only dust, this one. I want you to just slice the word dust from this variable text, from this string industry inside this variable text. So how can you be able to do that? So in this case, we're going to use the method of what? Slicing. So this is how we're going to do it. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to call the variable, which is called text. When we call the variable, then the same thing, we're going to put square bracket. Then when we put the square bracket, so slicing has portion. For example, we divide this number into 2. The first thing we're going to tell the computer, okay, this is where I want you to start taking the text, and this is the amount of text I want you to take. So this is this is the information we're going to put here to tell the computer exactly how we want it to take out this dust. So how can we be able to do that? For you to be able to do that, the first thing is the start. Where do you want your computer to start taking the text? So I want my computer to start taking the text from index 2. Then I'm going to put 2. Then when I put this 2, then I'm going to put colon. And then I'm going to tell the computer, okay, since I said I want you to start from index 2, so where do I want you to stop? How many characters you should take so that it include that word dust? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to take 6 characters. Then apart from this character, we're going to set only take from index 2 to the end. So how can we be able to tell the computer? Then the second thing I'm going to tell is the amount of character. The second thing I'm going to put is the amount of character I want my computer to take. So since we see for you to be able to take dust, we have to take 6 character. Then I'm going to put 6 here. So by putting 6, we're going to end up with dust. So this is what is slicing, and this is how slicing works. So I hope we understand what is slicing. Let's move on to our next subtopic, which is concatenate. So now we understand what is slicing. So what is concatenate? Well, in programming term, concatenate just means adding 2 things together. Nothing that hard. Just adding this word plus this word and add them together. This is what we call concatenate. So let's say I have a boy, then I have play. So how can I combine these 2 words together? So I'm just going to put plus sign, and that's all. This is what we call concatenate. So assuming they are all string. So by doing this, I'm going to combine them together. At the end, I'm going to have a result of boy play. And then I'm going to have this boy play. This is what we call concatenate. When we go back to computer, we're going to see the practical aspect. And then we have string method. So let's say you want to modify your string. For example, you want to modify your string to become a uppercase, or you want to modify your string to be in lowercase. So how can you be able to do that? So we have something what we call string method. This method help you to modify strings, to make them be in uppercase, lowercase, and something like that. So this is the theory aspect of string. In our next class, we're going to see the practical aspect. We're going to do it in our computer. So if you want to know all the concept of programming, apart from variable, data type, data structure, and networking, all of those concepts of programming, if you really want to know them, subscribe to this channel, because this is what brought me to YouTube. I just come to YouTube to simplify all the concept of programming: string, function, module, library, framework, all of those things. Subscribe to this channel so that you will learn a lot, and also I will learn a lot from you. So in our next class, we're going to see the concept of data structure. So let's meet our next class.